take it real soon. You know we got what you need, baby, so take it along.
Well, good evening and welcome to Cedar Rapids, Iowa, here at the Alliant Powerhouse. Powerhouse is the key word tonight because we find ourselves in the epicenter of the Cornhole universe with the American Cornhole Organization Cedar Rapids Major Tournament. I am Finn, the loudmouth for the ACO. Next to me is the Mississippi Ninja, Philip Barnett, and I'll tell you, Philip's in his pro orange. I, tonight, am the man in black, and the reason that I wore black is I feel like the man in black. I feel like Johnny Cash because I feel like I've been everywhere, man.
We have been everywhere, man. Look, we have been to the beach. We have been to Sin City. We have been to the land of cotton, and now we are in the largest corn-producing city in America, Cedar Rapids, Iowa. And we got something different for you tonight.
Yes,
we are going to roll with the Coed division tonight, and you're going to see some great players and some great teams. So here we are.
Yes, we are. We've already rolled through, and we will bring you up to speed on our juniors, our women's, and our seniors division. But now's the time for you to grab yourself a cold drink and grab yourself a good seat because, as a matter of fact, you're going to have the best seats in the house. We have the second best seats in the house, and it's time for us to grab our drinks and get to them, which is exactly what we're going to do. We are going to, as Philip was saying, give you a little something different tonight. We're going to give you our co-ed division, and we're going to work our way through winter semifinals all the way down to the finals, Phil. And this is going to be good stuff. We've got a couple of teams lined up and ready to go, and our man Frank Gears is down here for the final.
Yeah.
Down and back. He's given them their opportunity to have one more set of warm-up tosses between the two of them. And what a couple of teams we've got here. We've got the beast, Blake Karnick, and he is partnered with Lexi Hugeback in the red lane, and our higher seed tonight, Philly Riner and Tyler Amos running out of the blue lane.
Man, all great throwers here. Wait till you see Lexi Hugeback's bag. She throws one of the flattest bags I've seen. I was watching her in the women's earlier, and Philly and Tyler, we saw them in Tupelo.
Yes, we did.
They made a good run in Tupelo.
If I'm not mistaken, Tupelo was Tyler's very first major with us, and he has really made a lot of headway in just these past couple of months, working his way back to center court. So as they finish their final down and back tosses, this should be a lot of fun. And as we get to it here in a little while, we're going to have another great match. Team Irvin, Ashley and Craig Irvin, are going to be facing off against Deborah Smith and Des Stevenson. Des making a big name for himself solo in the world of the ACO, but also a great teammate as well. So as Tyler and Philly wrap up their final tosses out of the blue lane as the higher seed, it's going to be Blake and Lexi who are going to wrap up theirs. And you saw a little low shot there fired in, just a little bit of practice. Going to get a test on how fast these boards are playing. We're going to turn things back over to the cornhole dude, Frank Gears.
He is blowing it up. Bring it, baby. Right. Bring it. Here we go.
Been told to bring it, and that's exactly what they are going to do. The higher seed out of the blue lane has the first pitch. That first bag is ripped, and it is on its way right up the middle, just like she did in the women's division, a little bit earlier against Amber Fretwell, who ended up besting her 21. I believe she had 17. It was 21-17. Took her a minute to shake off some nerves to being on center court, but she's got a chance to redeem herself here. She's got a bag that's out of play there to the left side, but Blake is smooth as silk so far with the first two underneath and
he's
three underneath.
He's a great player, too. We ran into him in Las Vegas in the blind draw finals, and he just smoked it just like that, four-baggers after four-baggers.
Yes, he did, and you will hear chants of the beast in the background. That is his contingent from up north. That would be Team Heil, who was blowing him up a little bit last night at all the pre-event festivities. Lexi's letting that first bag fly there as we find ourselves with an early 2-0 lead out of the red lane. Higher seed down 2-0 to get us started.
Yeah, and you know, Tyler's from the Missouri area, and he's really making a name for himself lately. He has been throwing some complete fire.
Absolute heat, absolutely.
And if he goes to throw his air mails, you watch. They're probably not 4 feet off the ground.
Yeah, he comes in with a low air mail. Those are the Vortex bags. Those
right on
shovels.
cue. He might throw one right here. Look.
He's going to have the opportunity. He's got to get up and over those bags.
He's on Temptation Island.
He is. He's going to take a shot. Going to run up and over.
No harm, no foul right there, though. Still picks up a couple.
No, you were right, though. Not a lot of arc on
No.
that. We've seen, as I said, we've seen some bags tossed here on center court just today, earlier in some of our previous center court matches that were about to open up rain clouds.
Yeah.
There were so much arc
T-Bone, he's up there anyway in the sky.
Yes, he does. T-Bone Dawson. T-Bone Burnett is going to be working on the soundtrack for the program. T-Bone Dawson, Terry Dawson, took it today 21-20 over Bob Heil, who was looking to double dip in the seniors, but Terry T-Bone Dawson able to pull it out and take the seniors championship today here in Cedar Rapids. We've had a good time since we've been here.
Yeah.
Good time last night, kind of running around here, the Alliant Powerhouse. And right next door, we've got some pretty high-profile neighbors we'll tell you about here in just a little bit. But there's a miscue there and a opportunity missed, I do believe, by Blake. But if you're joining us on the Stadium Sports Network, we're thrilled to have you along for the ride. And we certainly do encourage you to go back and look through the archive of some of the other majors you and I have worked at. You mentioned quite a few of them. Tupelo, we did Panama City Beach. We've been all over the place. Las Vegas,
Knoxville,
Tennessee,
Augusta,
Georgia, Owensboro, Kentucky. All of those are archived and available for you on the Stadium Sports Network. That's a nice bag there by Lexi. And you're right, she does throw a fantastic
her bag is just beautiful.
Flat bag.
And there's Tyler.
Left one a little bit out of play and unfortunately unable to take advantage of that. But that's going to change the score 6-2. So, as we assign those higher seed in those lanes, the blue lane, we do that for a reason. Seeding seems to work. So
it does seem to work.
Now, Philly and Tyler enter the tournament seeded number 18, while Lexi and Blake enter at 22. To see them here in a winter semifinal is exciting in and of itself. So we'll look forward to seeing if they can advance. And
I'll tell you, Philly, I saw Philly in Bentonville, Tupelo. It seems like she just keeps getting better and better.
Interesting earlier, if you recall, during the women's final, I think she was playing with earbuds in, or over the ears, actually. She had over the ear headphones on, and none of that right now. So interesting that she stepped away from that. She was also laughing, oddly enough, during a lot of what was going on. And Stacy Van Gilder, I think, was sitting, there's a nice hard bag, low bag, and that's great. He puts it in there, and he pushes those green bags just a little bit out of the way.
Evens the match up. It could be one of those nights where we see lead changes and ties, Ben. We get that a lot.
What would that be like here on center court? I have no idea.
We wouldn't even know how to act if it wasn't like that.
Great stuff. The American Cornhole Organization since 2005, leading the way, creating the pro sport of cornhole and leading the way in every single innovation you have seen in the game. We had an opportunity to spend some time with our friends at Rock 108 Radio here this morning. We're talking about some of the innovations, including the switch from corn to synthetic pellet bags. But what's interesting, we do have some corn bags here with us filled with corn from the Field of Dreams movie site, and there's a reason we have those as well, and we'll tell you a little bit about that. If you are a team player and you've got a team you think can contend, we'd love to have you run out to a tournament we'll tell you about here in just a little bit and take a shot at a $25,000 purse.
I'll take some of that if I can.
All right. Well,
maybe me and you team up.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. We'll get the $25,000 in first dollar out of that tournament right there.
As Tyler uncharacteristically gave up 2 points the last time, as you see in this Coed division, it doesn't have to be female on female or male on male. We got to mix the bag of them right now.
Yes, we do. And Lexi and Blake have played together. I think this is maybe their third tournament.
Yeah.
Partnered up in a co-ed, but this is a lot of fun to see. And we will see in the next match. We'll see, as I mentioned, we're going to see Team Irvin, Craig and Ashley, husband and wife team.
Good
so
bag.
oftentimes that's nicely done and dragging that bag in there at the 9 o'clock position. And Philly leaves one laying out to the right. So the Beast steps up again, increases the lead 10-6. But as we mentioned, a lot of husbands and wives won't play together. They prefer to play with a different partner, and I guess that probably makes the ride home a little bit easier in some cases.
I know Wendy Barger played with Sebastian today in Coed for the first time, and
Wendy Barger, I've not heard of Wendy Barger.
yeah, we know who Wendy is. I'm gonna tell you right now. If you don't know, you are gonna find
You're
out.
find out tonight. That's a fact. We have had just about enough of that finger wiggling in front of our noses
sir.
as to who Wendy Barger is, and we'll tell you more about her as the night progresses. But these teams continue just to methodically test one another, and Tyler's going to step outside off the edge of the pitcher's box. Now, where they step to the outside matters, but it's also a line to the front edge of the board that you see there, and that is actually a foot fault line, and they are at their leisure if they choose to call a foot fault. And it's a self-regulating kind of game. That's an interesting flat bag and the way she comes in outside in on it, but
We might see some air right here.
it's not a bad blocker, but she doesn't seem happy about it. She's texting somebody right now about it. Up and over. Oh, boy, and he just missed again.
Man, I tell you, I played him out there in the blind draw, and he did not miss any of those. He's missed two. Had a couple air fails in here in this match so far.
Well, there is very little fear in the younger players to go ahead and fire those airmails. But as we saw with Terry Dawson earlier, his airmail game was pretty much on point when he wanted it to be.
Yes,
and
sir.
to be able to pull it out of your bag and shoot it when you need to. And Philly's going to have a nice bag right up the center. I think she thought she might grab a little bit more of that bag, low left. But Blake's setting himself up for what could be a nice low push.
That was a good bag right there by Blake. She sure had
Plugged
a
that
push.
hole.
Yeah.
Oh, up and over.
She went up and over.
Yeah, she did. A little bit of a tumbler there.
Tyler said, "That's all right." She's laughing. Let's see if he can get this big push right here. Oh, they kind of bunched up, and that's tendencies of carpet bags right there.
A little bit. All right. Tyler giving her a little bit of directional help there on the front corner of the bag. He's just going to have
she put it right where his finger
right
pointed.
there, absolutely, and that is a skill unto itself right there.
Absolutely. The old block is kind of hard to do sometimes, man.
Now he's going to go up and over and try to bring him in. Oh, and he's
He got
able
one
to
to
drop
fall.
one. Oh, God. I think he was probably, maybe 2 inches, maybe 2 inches left. If he had hit that 2 inches right,
That's
he
right.
might have seen 3 of those fall. But 10-8 is what we're looking at now. Again, the lower seed out of the red lane with Lexi Hugeback and Blake Karnick. Couple-point advantage right now over Philly Riner and Tyler Amos, the 18 seed. This is a winner semifinal number 1. We're going to be heading to winner semifinal number 2. Shortly after this, Deb Smith and Des Stevenson against Ashley and Craig Irvin.
And that's a short bag by Lexi.
That's a dirty bag, as they call it in the business.
That's right. But
Well,
she
she
came
does.
back with a nice finish, though.
She does come back nicely, and she does. And they
And
both have
there
very
you go.
similar rotation speeds on their bags, and
They do.
nicely done. So that's going to put us back tied up. Now, what do
Yes,
What do
sir.
you like to say? We got a game that goes to what?
It goes to 10 now.
Goes to
Got a
10.
game to 10. I got to do the Mitchell math there for just a minute. You put me on the spot. I wasn't ready for it.
Oh, sorry about that, partner.
But all these players right here are throwing really flat bags too. So
And it is
Nice
rare
get around.
to see 4 people in a single match that do throw so similarly.
Absolutely.
Because as we've discussed, the number of players you have in a room is the exact number of different ways to get the bag to the board and to the hole. So it is interesting to see. This is almost a game of matched wits right here and styles. It's a nice recovery
Yes.
bag there.
Who's going to make the big mistake is what
really-
this is down to.
Yep,
It's
you're
been
exactly right.
two points at a time.
Exactly right. Well, Philly and Tyler jump out a couple points, but as you said, this has been a seesaw battle. We got ourselves back to an 11 tie. Now a couple of points out front earns that first bag for Tyler.
Tyler is so deliberate too. Nice block.
She's going to force him to do it to try to go up high again because he doesn't want to seem to go down low. But
And the block did exactly what it was designed to. She tried to get around back, just barely missed.
she's got her thumb pulled back. She's got a little bit of a butterfly grip coming on this next one. That's a nice push and a little bit of a cleanup. She's going to low and hard. She's unable to get that other bag, but she did exactly what the speed and power of that bag was intended to do. She's going to just do it again.
Oh.
This is off to the left.
And that last bag seems to be costing both teams on the last bag so far.
The one that you would think might be the easiest.
The one you got bumpers off of?
Yeah, oftentimes ends up being the most difficult because it almost seems too good to be true. And that is a low block, but I'm sure that's not exactly where she had hoped to put that.
No, but it's probably not bad, though. He's going to try to get around it.
He'll get around. Oh, look at that.
He went right in front of it.
I'll see your block, and I'll get in front of your block.
That's right. Let me park this right here in front of you.
All right, so she's going to go ahead and work that pile up.
She's okay with it, she said. And I'm sure Tyler ain't mad. I think he's trying to roll back, but he's not getting it, throwing it quite hard enough.
No, right now, basically, they're just making a mosaic tile floor.
Now, this may be a low, hard, slick side push right down the gut right here.
Does he have enough power on this bag to get all three? He's going to try it. Oh, boy.
And that's the problem when you try to overthrow. It goes where you don't want it to go.
It goes where it wants to go.
Yeah.
A lot of times, but he has opened it up a little bit to try it again. If he wants, how about that?
You gotta love the fact that she went for that right there.
Yeah, she did. She didn't have to. She could have tried to work that workaround bag, and Blake.
And it worked.
Tried to push again hard, and he overcompensated left this time, and ended up kind of stuck in the mud.
Man, that was a great bag by Philly.
Yeah, it really was. So 18-11, the higher seed out of the blue lane, Amos and Rainier.
You know, I got my picks every week. As soon as I walked in the door, all I heard was this team of Lexi and Blake are going to take down the Coed. So, you know what I told them?
All right, yep.
Prove me wrong. So, and they're here in the undefeated part of it right here. So,
well, we shall see. Philly and Tyler still on top at the 18 seed with 18 points, bunching them up around the hole. She'll come in low and hard and clean that up.
That was a big bag for her. She needed to have something in play.
He's going to lay low. He's going to go ahead and clean it up, and that's
has to go in.
It's got to go.
Oh, and that's it.
Plays it off to the side. All right, well, that's going to do it, and that's going to take our number 18 seed, Philly Riner and Tyler Amos, over top of who you were just talking about as the favorite coming in, Blake and Lexi, as far as the popular vote here. So we're going to have an opportunity to grab Philly and Tyler and have them come over and talk to us just a little bit about what's going on in their heads and what was going on there on the court. So we're going to get them strapped into the headsets here and talk to them about that game. And I tell you something, when we have an opportunity to talk to somebody this closely after a match, it's always good, and congratulations to both of you. Nicely done. It seemed like maybe it was not easier, but it didn't seem as stressful as it could have been to pull off that victory in the semifinal.
Yeah, I just kept telling Philly, just stay in the middle of the board, get as close to the hole as you can, because he was going to try to fly off and play a dirty game, but the more bags you put in the hole, the better chances we get of scoring.
And we saw a little bit of that teamwork. We saw you kind of lean down and point. How about you put a bag right there? And Philly, you did it within a centimeter. You had it right where it needed to be. So you did play a strategic game.
Yeah, just trying to trust my partner, and we both did what we needed to do today.
Yeah, you did, and you're still playing. So that's the good news right there out of semifinal number one. Phil, you saw quite a bit going on there.
When Blake went for the big push there, and they kind of bunched up, and then he threw one off the back, you had no fear shooting that airmail. Did you even think about laying up again and trying to block that push? Or
she wasn't going to shoot it. She stepped way out. She wasn't going to shoot it.
I thought that was a beautiful shot too, by the way.
Okay, so my question is this: at what point, trusting your partner works, but at what point was there any point during the game where you thought, no, I know better, this is what I'm going to do? I mean, obviously you took the advice to shoot there. At what point do you say, no, I know what I'm going to do? Have we gotten to that point yet? I don't think we have.
As of this game, no, we haven't. And with the boards playing the way they are, with them being sticky, slide game isn't quite working. So.
All right. Well, very good. Well, congratulations on taking winner semifinal number one in the Coed. I'll tell you what, Lexi and Blake were a lot of buzz around the room about them, but they're going to have to sit and watch and see what you do against the winner of Ashley and Craig Irvin and Deborah Smith and Des Stevenson here in winner semifinal 2. Maybe we'll have an opportunity to talk to you when you earn your purple jersey. After
that would be something.
All right, guys, congratulations.
Congrats.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Nicely done. All right.
ACO, we